Hi, I'm Shelley Young, owner of the Chopping Block, and today I'm going to teach you how to make fresh pasta. Now, fresh pasta may be something that we don't make every day, but I want to show you today it's not as daunting as it might seem. We have 2 cups of all-purpose white flour and a 1/4 cup of semolina flour. I'm going to start by putting that into the food processor. The semolina flour is a critical ingredient. It really gives us the al dente texture in the pasta, so make sure to find that in the market. We have 3 large eggs and about 2 tablespoons of water. We're going to turn on our food processor until these combine. I'm going to put a little bit of flour down on my work surface, and I'm going to start to knead the dough. What we want to do is develop the gluten in the dough. This is going to happen at 2 different times. It's going to happen now as I'm kneading this, and it's going to happen again as I'm putting this through the pasta machine later. The gluten is important to develop because this is what's going to hold the pasta together once we boil it in water. If I were to take this and shape it right now, it would just simply fall apart in the water. So after about 4 or 5 minutes, you're going to see the dough get a little pale. It starts to get harder to knead, very tight, and it starts to get smooth. What I'm going to do next is simply take the bowl that I had my flour in. I'm going to put that over the top, keep the dough covered. I'm going to let this rest for about 30 minutes. I'm going to cut the dough in half, put part of it away. I'll work with that later. And we're going to start running our dough through the pasta machine. You have to flatten this out. What you do is set your pasta machine. There's a wheel on the side of each pasta machine. You want to set that to the widest opening. And in this case, it's 1 on this machine. Keep a little flour on the side in case you need it, in case the dough gets sticky. And we're going to start running the dough through here. After you run it through, you're going to fold this into thirds. Put it back through. You're going to keep doing this until the dough gets smooth and elastic. If it feels sticky at all, just rub a little bit of flour on the dough. This looks great. You see your pasta dough will be smooth. You won't feel the semolina flour, the little grit of the semolina flour anymore. You'll see that the dough actually gets lighter in color and it has some elasticity. This dough is ready to be thinned out and rolled. So what we start to do here in our pasta machine is we have the rollers come closer together. You just move the dial to the smaller settings. We're not going to fold the dough anymore. We're going to stretch the dough. We'll do this gradually. Depending how you like your pasta or what you're doing with it, you might have this thinner or thicker. If I was going to make ravioli, I would do this to the thinnest setting because you'll have 2 sheets of pasta on top of one another. If I'm going to do lasagna, I might want it a little bit thicker. Maybe the second to the last setting. We're going to cut the dough, but I'm going to start by cutting the sheets of pasta into smaller sections. It doesn't have to be exact, but you want these to be fairly consistent. The idea being, you want these about as long as you want your noodle to be. All pasta machines come with pasta attachments. These have cutters on them. This is an angel hair and a fettuccine. Before I start cutting, I want to have a sheet pan lined with semolina flour to put my pasta on when it's done. When you cook fresh pasta, lots and lots of boiling water Just drop it in 2 or 3 minutes and your pasta is done. Fresh pasta cooks very quickly. And that is how you make fresh pasta.